Hello, my friend. Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever stood at the top of a staircase and hesitated, not because you were afraid of heights, but because your legs felt too weak to carry you down with confidence? It's a moment that catches many off guard, a quiet warning. You're not as steady as you used to be. The truth is, muscle loss doesn't come crashing into your life. It creeps in, slowly, silently. One day you're walking briskly to the store, and the next you find yourself gripping handrails, avoiding uneven sidewalks, or struggling to rise from a chair without pushing off your knees. This isn't just about muscles. It's about your freedom, your ability to move through the world on your own terms. Yet millions of older adults are living with this gradual weakening and don't even realize it has a name: sarcopenia. And it's more common and more dangerous than most of us think. Every 11 seconds, an older adult in the US is hospitalized because of a fall. Not from carelessness, not from clumsiness, from weakened legs that simply can't hold them up the way they used to. Behind every statistic is a human story, a bruise, a broken bone, or sometimes the loss of independence that's hard to regain. But here's what you need to hear today. This decline is not inevitable. I've worked with hundreds of clients in their 60s, 70s, even 90s, who were able to regain strength, mobility, and energy, not through expensive therapy or intense workouts, but through one surprisingly simple solution: the food they chose to eat. Yes, food. You see, your body isn't giving up. It's just waiting for the right fuel. And in this video, I'm going to share 4 powerful, affordable foods that have helped people just like you rebuild muscle, reduce leg pain, improve balance, and feel strong again, starting with one small but mighty food that may already be sitting in your pantry. These aren't superfoods hyped up by commercials. They're time-tested, nutrient-packed allies that fight sarcopenia from the inside out. And if you stick with me, you'll hear real stories. People who went from feeling like their legs were giving out to walking with confidence, sleeping through the night without cramps, and standing tall again. This journey starts with understanding, but it ends with action. And it could begin today with your very next meal. So stay with me, because what I'm about to share might change not just how you walk, but how you live. As we age, our bodies naturally begin to lose muscle mass, a process known as sarcopenia. It starts quietly, often after the age of 50, and becomes more noticeable with each passing decade. By the time many people reach their 70s, they may have lost up to 30% of their muscle strength. But because the change is gradual, it's easy to dismiss it as just getting older. The truth is, sarcopenia isn't just about weakness. It's about mobility, balance, confidence, and quality of life. This condition affects millions of seniors across the US. It's one of the leading causes behind falls, fractures, and the eventual need for assisted living. What's even more sobering is that muscle loss doesn't only impact how we move, it also affects how we digest food, manage blood sugar, support bone density, and even how well we sleep at night. Muscle is our body's engine. When it weakens, everything else begins to suffer. But what exactly causes this loss of strength? A big part of it is inactivity. As we age, we tend to move less, and our muscles respond by shrinking. Hormonal changes, reduced nerve signaling, and slower protein synthesis all contribute. But one of the most overlooked causes, and also one of the most fixable, is nutritional deficiency. The older we get, the more our bodies need nutrient-dense food, not just calories, but foods rich in protein, magnesium, potassium, iron, and essential fatty acids. These are the building blocks our muscles rely on to stay strong, recover from minor strains, and maintain coordination. Unfortunately, many seniors unknowingly eat meals that are low in protein, high in sugars and refined carbs, and lacking in vital minerals. This imbalance leaves the body undernourished, especially the muscles and nervous system. The result? Legs that cramp at night, knees that feel stiff and sore, feet that go numb or tingle. Over time, this creates a vicious cycle. We move less because we feel weak, and we feel weaker because we move less. That's why breaking the cycle through targeted nutrition is such a powerful first step. You don't need fancy supplements or extreme diets. The key is choosing the right foods consistently. Foods that naturally fuel muscle repair, reduce inflammation, support nerve signals, and replenish lost minerals. When eaten regularly, these foods can reverse the effects of sarcopenia, ease joint pain, and restore stability. In this video, you'll discover 4 of the most effective and accessible foods for seniors who want to walk with confidence again. These aren't trendy or exotic, they're everyday ingredients backed by real research and real-life results. They provide the nutritional ammunition your body needs to rebuild muscle fibers, regulate nerves, protect joints, and keep your legs strong and steady. And remember, muscle loss isn't just a physical problem, it's an emotional one too. Losing the ability to climb stairs, walk to the mailbox, or play with your grandkids doesn't just affect your body, it affects your identity. That's why this matters. Not just so you can stand longer or walk farther, but so you can live fully, proudly, and independently for years to come. Let's now look at the first food that can make all the difference, starting with a humble pantry staple that's stronger than it looks. 1. Chickpeas, the muscle rebuilder. Let's begin with one of the most underrated but powerful foods for rebuilding muscle after 60. Chickpeas, also known as garbanzo beans. They may look small and simple, but don't let their appearance fool you. These little legumes are a nutritional powerhouse when it comes to supporting leg strength and fighting sarcopenia. As we mentioned earlier, muscle mass naturally declines with age, especially if you're not getting enough protein. Chickpeas offer an ideal solution. They're packed with plant-based protein, which helps maintain and rebuild lean muscle without adding unhealthy fats or cholesterol. For seniors who may be eating less meat or trying to reduce red meat intake due to heart health, chickpeas are a fantastic alternative. But protein is only part of their power. Chickpeas also contain magnesium, iron, and vitamin B6, a trio of nutrients that are essential for muscle contractions, nerve function, and reducing fatigue. Magnesium helps your muscles relax properly after each movement, while B6 improves the communication between your brain and your limbs. Iron plays a critical role in delivering oxygen to your muscles so they don't tire out too quickly. A 2019 study from the University of Murcia found that older adults who ate chickpeas at least 3 times a week experienced 22% less muscle loss over time compared to those who didn't. That's a massive difference, and the results weren't just on paper. These participants reported feeling stronger, steadier, and more confident in daily movement. Let me share a quick story. Jose, 74, came to me after falling on the stairs. He wasn't looking for pain meds, he wanted to get stronger. We added half a cup of cooked chickpeas to his meals 3 times a week. In just 5 weeks, Jose was walking around his neighborhood without a cane, and more importantly, without fear. Chickpeas are also incredibly versatile. Add them to soups, stews, or salads. Roast them with olive oil and garlic for a crunchy snack. And here's a tip. If you're using dried chickpeas, soak them overnight with a pinch of baking soda. This reduces bloating and helps your body absorb more iron, especially helpful if you've felt lightheaded or weak lately. Simple, powerful, and satisfying, chickpeas can be your first step towards stronger legs and renewed independence. 2. Pumpkin seeds, the cramp reliever. Now let's talk about a tiny food with an outsized impact. Pumpkin seeds. These crunchy green seeds might seem like a simple snack, but for many older adults, they've become a secret weapon against nighttime leg cramps, nerve discomfort, and shaky balance. As we age, our magnesium levels often drop, even if we're eating well. This silent deficiency can lead to symptoms that many people chalk up to just getting older. stiff muscles, restless legs at night, twitching, or cramps that strike at 2 a.m. and leave you sore the next day. But what if the answer wasn't more pills or stretches, but something as simple as a handful of seeds? Pumpkin seeds are one of the richest natural sources of magnesium, a mineral that supports muscle relaxation, nerve coordination, and even heart rhythm. They also contain zinc, healthy fats, and antioxidants that help reduce inflammation, support joint health, and protect the delicate nerves in your legs and feet. In 2020, a clinical study conducted by the Complutense University of Madrid tracked adults over 55 who consumed 30 to 40 grams of pumpkin seeds daily for 6 weeks. The results were impressive. Participants experienced a 31% reduction in nighttime leg cramps and improved balance in tasks like standing on one foot. That's not just better sleep, it's better mobility and confidence in daily life. I've seen it firsthand. Carmen, a 68-year-old patient of mine, had been battling severe calf cramps for years. She'd tried everything, hot water bottles, leg stretches, massage, but nothing lasted. Then we added just 2 tablespoons of unsalted roasted pumpkin seeds to her daily routine, around 4 p.m. 3 weeks later, the cramps had eased. By week 6, they were nearly gone. She told me, "For the first time in years, I'm sleeping through the night without fear." Pumpkin seeds are easy to enjoy. Sprinkle them over your morning oatmeal, toss them into salads, or simply eat them plain. And here's a timing tip. Try eating them between 3 and 5 p.m. This gives your body time to absorb the magnesium before bedtime, promoting smoother nerve function and deeper rest. Sometimes the smallest changes bring the biggest relief. Pumpkin seeds might just be your leg's new best friend. 3. Seaweed, the joint and bone healer. Let's now explore a food that comes not from the land, but from the depths of the sea. It's soft, light, sometimes even paper-thin and often overlooked. But for aging joints and thinning bones, seaweed is one of nature's most powerful healers. Many seniors assume that creaky knees, popping joints, or stiffness while walking are just inevitable signs of aging. But those symptoms are often signals that your joints are inflamed, your cartilage is wearing down, and your bones may be lacking essential minerals like calcium and iodine. That's where seaweed shines. Varieties like wakame, kombu, sea lettuce, and nori are rich in organic calcium, which is easier to absorb than the kind found in many dairy products or supplements. Even more impressive, seaweed contains fucoidan and laminarin, natural compounds that help reduce joint inflammation, shield cartilage from damage, and support the production of synovial fluid, which lubricates your joints and allows for smooth, pain-free movement. In 2021, researchers published a study in the American Journal of Community Nutrition showing that women over 60 who included seaweed in their meals 2 to 3 times a week had up to 16% higher bone density than those who didn't. This isn't just a number, it's a safeguard against fractures, particularly the hip fractures that can take away independence in an instant. I remember working with Maria, a 70-year-old retired yoga instructor. Years of arthritis had forced her to give up her practice. We introduced seaweed into her diet, miso soup with wakame, crisp seaweed salads with vinegar, and small nori wraps. At first she was skeptical, but within 2 months the stiffness in her knees eased, her flexibility returned, and she started doing gentle stretches again. She smiled and said, "It feels like my joints can breathe again." Seaweed is incredibly versatile. Add flakes to soups, sprinkle over rice, or use nori sheets to wrap lean protein and vegetables. And here's a bonus tip. When making seaweed broth, add fresh ginger and a dash of sesame oil. This boosts calcium absorption and soothes the digestive system. Simple, nourishing, and deeply restorative, seaweed is like a gentle ocean wave, quiet but powerfully healing. 4. Avocado, the nerve nourisher. Now we turn to a food that grows quietly on a tree, wrapped in a soft green skin and filled with creamy golden goodness. It's not just trendy, it's deeply therapeutic. For older adults experiencing numbness in their calves, tingling in their toes, or a sense of disconnection between brain and body, avocado may be the missing link. These subtle sensations are more than annoying. They can be signs of weakened peripheral nerves, a condition that affects many seniors and often goes unaddressed. When nerve pathways between the brain, spine and legs begin to misfire, balance falters. Walking feels unstable and confidence takes a hit. But here's the good news. Avocados are a neurological ally. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, particularly oleic acid, which helps strengthen the protective membranes around nerve cells. Think of it as insulation for your body's electrical wiring. When the insulation is strong, the signals travel faster and more clearly. This means your brain and legs stay in sync, helping you move with better coordination and fewer stumbles. But that's not all. Avocados also provide potassium, which supports healthy muscle contractions and fluid balance, reducing the risk of cramps or sudden leg weakness. And let's not forget vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects nerve endings from age-related oxidative stress and damage. A 2021 study from the American Institute of Nutrition and Geriatrics found that seniors who ate avocado at least 4 times a week showed noticeable improvements in posture, stability, and confidence in walking. This benefit was especially strong in those who previously experienced subtle but concerning instability. One of my favorite success stories is Miguel, 79, a retired teacher who feared he'd never enjoy his morning walks with his grandson again. We replaced his sugary breakfast with whole grain toast topped with mashed avocado, chia seeds, and lemon juice. 4 weeks later, Miguel smiled and told me, "I can feel the ground beneath my feet again." His spark had returned because his nerves were finally nourished. Avocados are simple to incorporate. Spread on toast, blend into smoothies, toss into salads, or enjoy in wraps. Just 1/3 to 1/2 of an avocado 3 to 4 times a week can help your legs feel more alive, more responsive, and more confident with every step you take. Let's pause for a moment and reflect, not just on the foods we've discussed, but on what they truly represent. You see, chickpeas, pumpkin seeds, seaweed, and avocado are more than nutrients. They are tools of resilience, quiet, gentle weapons in the battle against aging that fight for your strength, your stability, and most importantly, your independence. Too often we're told that losing muscle, feeling unsteady, or waking up with sore, cramping legs is just part of getting older. But I'm here to tell you that decline is not your destiny. You are not fragile. You are not past the point of recovery. And you are certainly not too late to change course. I've watched this happen time and again. Seniors who felt like they were fading, who were afraid of falling, afraid of leaving the house, afraid of becoming a burden. But everything started to shift when they began to nourish their bodies with intention. Not with expensive supplements or complex diets, but with food that has been growing in our soil, swimming in our oceans, and ripening on trees for generations. The body, even in its 70s or 80s, still listens. It still heals when given the right message. Remember Maria, the yoga teacher who thought her days of movement were behind her? All it took was adding seaweed to her weekly meals and watching her joints respond with gratitude. Or Miguel, who simply swapped his breakfast for avocado toast, and 4 weeks later, he wasn't just walking, he was walking with joy. These aren't miracle stories. They're real. They're possible. And they can be yours too. You may not see transformation overnight. But trust me, each time you choose one of these 4 foods, you are sending your body a message. I'm not giving up on you. And your body will respond, step by steady step. You deserve to walk confidently, to sleep peacefully, and to move through your days without fear. You deserve to live with energy, balance, and grace, whether you're 60, 70, or well into your 80s. And with these foods as your foundation, you can. So as you plan your next meal, don't just think about what's easy or familiar. Think about what feeds your future. Because even the smallest bite, when chosen with care, can become the start of something life-changing. Your legs are not giving up, and neither should you. Now that you've heard the science, the stories and the steps, what will you do next? Because this isn't just another video about nutrition. It's an invitation to take your strength back. To say yes to motion, to freedom, and to living life on your own terms. Let's make this simple. Don't try to change everything at once. Just start with one food. Maybe tomorrow morning you mash some avocado on a slice of whole grain toast instead of reaching for that sugary cereal. Or perhaps this weekend you toss a handful of pumpkin seeds into your salad or stir some chickpeas into your soup. If you've never cooked with seaweed before, pick up a pack of nori sheets and try wrapping some rice and vegetables. It's easier than you think. These small decisions send powerful signals, not just to your body but to your mind. They say, I still care about my health, I'm still in control of my choices. I've seen it time and again. When seniors begin eating with purpose, other parts of life begin to shift too. They feel more confident when walking across the living room. They sleep better. They greet the day with a sense of possibility instead of dread. So here's my challenge to you. Choose just one of these 4 foods and add it to your routine this week. Keep it simple. Stay consistent. Let your body respond. And then build from there. If this video inspired you or opened your eyes to something new, give it a thumbs up. That small click lets us know we're on the right path together. Share this video with a friend, a sibling, or someone you love who may be struggling with muscle loss, leg cramps, or balance issues. It could be the nudge they need. And most importantly, subscribe to ElderSpark so you never miss a tip that could help you stay active, balanced, and strong through every season of life. Your journey toward better movement, better rest, and better living starts now, and we'll be walking it with you every step of the way. Today, we uncovered 4 simple, affordable foods that can help seniors regain muscle, reduce cramps, support nerve function, and protect aging joints. Chickpeas help rebuild strength and fight muscle loss. Pumpkin seeds ease nighttime leg cramps and restore balance. Seaweed strengthens bones and soothes joint stiffness. Avocado nourishes nerves and improves coordination. Each of these foods is a small step toward greater independence, stability, and confidence. You don't need a complete lifestyle overhaul, just a commitment to start. One meal at a time, one bite at a time. Remember, your body is still listening. It's still capable of change, strength, and renewal. So what will you try first? Chickpeas in a salad? A handful of seeds in the afternoon? Whatever it is, begin today, because your best steps may still be ahead. And we'll be right here with you every step of the way.